The recent surge of Americans using the skin lightening product, known as Chlorowhite, has sparked a wave of conversation online, especially as Africans with long experience using and warning against this product have begun raising concerns that are being met with denial and defensiveness. Chlorowhite is a cheap, easily accessible formula with a well-documented reputation for causing serious long-term damage. Yet many Americans experimenting with it insist they are not bleaching at all, claiming instead that they are brightening, toning, or simply treating dark marks. But language doesn't change chemistry, and what we are witnessing now is not the rise of a new beauty practice, it is the resurfacing of a very old one. Today's discussion is not an attack on anyone, but a breakdown of what is happening, why the warnings from Africans matter, and why denying the existence of bleaching in America does not protect anyone from the consequences. Chlorowhite is not a gentle cosmetic product or a harmless brightening cream. It is a potent, fast-acting chemical mixture long recognized in parts of Africa for its harsh bleaching effects, aggressive exfoliation, and the long-term skin damage it causes when used regularly. For decades, people who sought lighter skin or a more uniform complexion turned to this type of cheap product because it was widely available, but the results often included severe skin thinning, patchiness, scarring, discoloration, and painful reactions that sometimes became permanent. Despite this history, the product has recently become popular among some Americans who may not fully understand the risks or the decades of warnings associated with it. To many Africans, watching this unfold feels like witnessing an old wound reopen, because they have lived through the consequences and understand that Chlorowhite is far from a simple beauty purchase. It is a chemical with a dangerous past. When Africans speak out about Chlorowhite, their warnings are not rooted in judgment or superiority, but in lived experience that spans generations. Entire communities have watched the long-term effects of harsh bleaching agents unfold over time, from relatives who developed patchy, uneven skin textures to individuals who suffered chemical burns and chronic discoloration that could not be reversed. These warnings come from a place of familiarity with what happens when accessible but dangerous products are used without understanding the full consequences. Africans are not trying to embarrass Americans or accuse them of anything. They are trying to prevent others from repeating painful mistakes that have already shaped entire chapters of their beauty culture. Their voices are a cautionary echo from history, urging others to avoid a path they know all too well.
If you think you've seen it all, I want you to think, or if you think you're having a bad day, I want you to think about the guys in the United States of America, USA, that have just found out about the Carowhite and Carowhite. The Carowhite that our grannies and the previous generation used to use to bleach only the face and have the dark arms, the dark legs and everything. This product, these people swear by this product and say that it takes away acne in 3 days, it brightens the skin, it gives you the glow in 3 days. And guys, this one girl that I saw, she was swearing by that product and she said, by the way, meanwhile, she had red cheeks and she said, this product works as blush. You do not need to wear a brush when you have this product. You just use it and it naturally gives you red cheeks. Oh my God. And little does she know that she's about to find out why the whole Africa is laughing about it. And many people have warned this girl and they're like, girl, the word, like a word for a wise is enough. Drop that product, because within 2 to 3 months you understand that that product is not your friend, but it is actually a product, like it's the enemy of the progress. And the girl was like, Africa doesn't like me. Africa, it's the enemy of the progress. These people are so behind. Meanwhile, she doesn't know that that product originates from here. It came here first before reaching the US. Now, guys, avoid products that has hydroquinone in them in high percentages. You know, even when dermatologists are recommending these products, the products that has hydroquinone in them, they do not go beyond 2 weeks. And you're using this product and you're like, oh my God, I've just found out a new product. Girl, you're going to be on fire. And what even made my heart scared a little bit, it's because this girl said, in the summer we're going to glow. Guys, isn't it hot in the summer in the US? Like, isn't the weather outside not so friendly? Guys, wear tons of sunscreen. In fact, swim in sunscreen, because you're about to find out. We're about to witness your burning. You're about to be on fire. You know when they sang, "This sky is on fire"? That is about to be you in the summer. It's going to even happen to you before summer, because products with hydroquinone with high percentages, they cause skin damage. They damage the skin barriers. They bring hypigmentation, sunburns. Guys, what should I say? What should I leave? Bleaching products damage skin. Unless you're bleaching by choice, but do not brag about like Carowhite, color tone.
You guys, I'm so scared. I've been seeing so many TikToks of people using Carowhite on their faces, and they're saying that it helps with hyperpigmentation and everything, but you guys, our aunties use that to bleach their skin. Please stop!
My dear, that Carowhite, it has a banned substance called hydroquinone. That's why you can't get it at any reputable pharmacy. You can only find it at those street corner shops or somewhere there on the streets, lined up, and the sun has been even causing it to have drastic chemical reaction, so that you're going to experience the worst case of stretch marks all over your body. Your liver is getting damaged as we speak. And yes, it's only a matter of time until cancer makes a reveal on your body, so that you look bright, but it's not a healthy bright. Your skin is getting damaged and you're not even using sunscreen. Not that it's going to help you. That Carowhite is doing damage to your whole body, inside and out.
Guys, you see that bleaching product that we know of, the one that all Africans know of, has landed in America, and I don't know why. For some reason, they feel who's motivating them actually to use it. And there's this lady who came and was a bit red, like under her eyes, and she was saying it's gonna be like that when you wake up. It's okay. It just means that it's working. Hey, Nasian Kuzegani.
American girlies are bleaching with Carowhites, and they say that Africans are jealous and we hang out in the sun all day. That's why it didn't work for us. It's red here. Sissy, it's not working. It's marinating. I'm a lasha your shoe, so it's waiting for the meat to go.
People are on TikTok selling Carowhite, Carowhite, Carotone. It doesn't matter what you call it. People are on TikTok trying to propaganda Carowhite as something that can help you with hyperpigmentation. I think everyone's lost, actually. Don't listen to the lies. Do not listen to the lies. Carotone is not going to even your skin tone. Carowhite is not going to even your skin tone. It's the number one cause of every problem there is. Let me tell you something as someone who's familiar with the terrain. Not in the sense that I've used these bleaching products, but I have a lot of family members back home who have. And a lot of them have tried to get me to use them, to use bleaching creams and stuff, because growing up dark skin, it just gets like that. Do not put Carowhite on your skin. Don't do it. All these people they're lying to, guys, it's Carowhite. Is everyone lost? Am I losing my mind? And what's killing me is back-to-back videos. Like, if this is collective psychosis, don't involve me.
Despite the denial often seen in online discussions, Americans have been participating in skin lightening culture for many years, though it has typically been masked behind high-end skincare routines, dermatology offices, and medical terminology that softens the reality of what these treatments accomplish. While Africans may have relied on cheaper creams and mixtures due to accessibility, Americans have long used more sophisticated methods such as chemical peels, prescription bleaching creams, glutathione injections, Roman 4 drips, and expensive lightening pills procedures that create the same results, but appear less obvious because they are performed in cleaner settings with professional branding. This difference in presentation leads some Americans to believe that their practices are completely separate from bleaching culture, when in truth they are simply participating in a more discreet, medically packaged version of the same concept. Bleaching is not foreign to America. It is simply hidden behind clinics and terminology that make it sound more acceptable.
Alright, let's wrap this up, bro. The only group that's bleaching their skin is the Africans. It's not the black American women, bro. Cut it, nigga. Stop the count. Let's wrap it up, bro. Let's wrap it up.
Did I miss a chapter somewhere? Because I just came across a video of, I believe, an African lady telling Black American girls, like, trying to warn us about skin bleaching cream. Girl, I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't never met a Black American woman that bleached her skin. All the girls that I have ever met that were Black and bleached their skin were from other places. They were all immigrants. I have never met a Black American woman that bleached their skin. Like in my 36 years of life, never met one. I mean, like I said, did I miss a chapter? And I've lived in various places. I've lived in Florida. I now live in the DMV. I lived in Texas. I lived in Oklahoma. Like, I have lived, right? I've lived in other countries. I have never seen a Black American woman skin bleach. I mean, I'm sure they're out there, right? Like, I'm sure they're out there. I'm just saying, I have never met one in the wild. I've never met one. Like, did I miss a chapter? Is that something Black American women are doing? And I just don't know. Like, because for me, I'm like, who do y'all know that's a Black American woman that's bleaching their skin? Child, we don't do that. That's y'all. That is not popular here. That is not popular here at all. Like, I think y'all got the wrong ones. I fear y'all have the wrong people.
So, little update since I said I've been using the Carowhite. So, I'm not sure if like this is like from the Carowhite, because I also have like these other light spots with like the moles or beauty marks all over my body. So I'm not sure, like, you know, like, but this is an update. All my dark spots are gone, and now it's not really focused to see, but the beauty marks I've been had, the light spots came. I have the light spots appearing all over my body that I've been had, but it's like little dots. And the beauty marks too is like little dots, like my lip dots. But like my face, yeah, look like this.
Y'all, I have not seen results from the Carowhites because it's only been like 2 weeks. Y'all gotta give it a minute to rejuvenate. And everybody in my comments screaming at me, talking about, oh, you're gonna regret it, and you're gonna da-da-da-da-da. I have seen no results. I think I'm okay right now. And then commenting on my other posts, like, so how about that Carowhite? Girl beats me. To me, it personally looked the same. So I think I might have got scammed out of a Carowhite. I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a month. And within a month, if it's doing nothing, I got scammed. Because I'm putting it on every day or every other day. You know, I'm putting it on consistently. It just ain't showing up.
So is Beyonce bleaching her skin? Now, I can't really speculate on that, but we can talk about the IV drips that are taking the world by storm. Many celebrities have been accused of using glutathione intravenously to lighten their skin all around. Glutathione is a very powerful antioxidant that can be given orally, topically, so on the skin, or also in your veins. But recently, many have turned to the intravenous route in order to lighten their skin. But does it work? The simple answer is yes, but there's still a lot of controversy. Many believe that having glutathione through the veins is a much better way of having it as opposed to on the skin. But there's not a lot of evidence for that, and having glutathione through the veins comes with some real risks. One of those risks is so gory I couldn't show on it here, but your body starts to strip itself of its own skin. So if you're gonna get IV glutathione, do it with a medic who can handle the complications.
Girl, do not be insolent. I use Carowhite, yes. And by the way, if you check out that video, it's called Blush, ma'am. Look at this. It's called Blush, ma'am.
I was inspired to make this video because I'm arguing with people about bleaching in America, and specifically the United States. When we do color correcting and when we start using Korean skincare, that's a form of bleaching, y'all. Bleaching your elbows so they don't be dark, bleaching your armpits so they don't be dark, getting the little spots on your face so they don't be dark is a form of bleaching. The reason why I think as Americans we are in denial about skin bleaching in the United States is because we're very vague about it. And this article basically proved what I was saying. It says here, in the United States, cells are difficult to assess because African Americans are reluctant to admit that they bleach. And this is a fact. We don't like to admit that we're technically bleaching. Getting rid of your hyperpigmentation is a form of bleaching. And they're right. Usually it's marketed in a very abstract language. They claim that it'll fade, it'll even your skin tone, smooth your texture. That's bleaching. This documentary right here on Vice is a good one in regards to Americans bleaching. This lady is from Arizona. She bleached her skin because she was bullied about being dark skinned. Now, granted, most of us have pride in ourselves not to bleach, but let's not act like there's not people who are from America, who live in America, who's been here for multiple generations, who are not bleaching themselves. Have we forgot like what our ancestors used to say to us? Oh, don't be outside for too long before you get too dark. That's feeding into colorism. Like, can we not, like, come on, man, let's be for real. Like, y'all are actually making me like, whoa. Even go on TikTok now. You'll see people talking about why they stopped using Korean skincare. Because most Korean skincare has some form of bleaching agent in it. And they realized that they were bleaching themselves. Unintentionally. But they were doing it.
I bought it. Now this summer, all those childhood scars I have on my legs better be gone by this summer. I'm not joking.
Hey y'all, I just got back from the beauty salon, beauty supply store, and I'm gonna show y'all what I bought, and I'm really scared to try it out, but I'm gonna show y'all. Okay, so a lot of people might not know what it is. This is bleaching cream. I'm already clearly mad light skinned, so I think we can all know what this is going to be used for obvious reasons. I'm going to Tulum in 4 days, and I wanted to bleach my bikini line. I'm so extra, and I just want that Hollywood clean, smooth look. And I'm gonna test it out on my underarms too. Like, I don't really need it, but I want that shit to like look like me. I bought the small one because I don't need a big ass jars for $6.99. And I'm excited to try. If it works, I'm gonna bleach my asshole. I'm not gonna gatekeep. Like, I'm for the girls. Like, I used to use like the turmeric bar soap, and I think it worked. And like, I exfoliate a lot and stuff, but I just need fast results. My trip coming up, so when I go home, I'm gonna use it and I'll let y'all know.
Everybody asking me, is this lotion working on my dark spots? Yes, it is, but also do not forget to apply sunscreen for the best results.
When it comes to bleaching, I feel like people get this brand confused with other brands. This brand, Carowhite, it's a very, very, very strong bleaching cream. It's a very strong bleaching cream. You got your cream, which is for lightening. Then you got your clarifying cream in a tube. You got your brightening oil. And then, of course, you got your Carowhite, the full body bleaching lotion. Bleaching lotion.
Colorism in America is not a secondary issue or a quiet problem. It has been embedded into the social, cultural, and economic fabric of the country for centuries, shaping beauty standards, media representation, job opportunities, and even everyday social treatment. The idea that lighter skin offers better access, more acceptance, or a more favorable first impression has influenced generations of Americans. And this influence is often magnified by the country's long history of racial hierarchy and segregation. When people assume that bleaching could not possibly exist within American culture, they overlook the deep-rooted pressures that make lighter skin appear desirable, achievable, or advantageous. In a society where colorism is woven into everything from casting decisions to workplace dynamics, it would be unrealistic to assume that bleaching or lightening practices would not develop in response. Whether spoken about openly or kept private, these beauty pressures have always existed, and pretending otherwise only keeps the problem alive. The defensiveness that often arises when Americans are confronted about their use of Chlorowhite or other lightening practices does not come from nowhere. It comes from a culture where bleaching carries stigma, shame, and the fear of being accused of rejecting one's natural identity or heritage. Many Americans respond by reframing the conversation, saying they are only toning, brightening, or evening their complexion, because these words feel safer and more socially acceptable than bleaching, even when the chemical effects are identical. The denial is partly emotional, partly cultural, and partly rooted in the belief that bleaching is something other communities do, something foreign, distant, or unrelated to American life. But refusing to acknowledge what is happening does not erase the reality of the situation, and it does not prevent potential harm. It simply pushes the truth deeper underground, making it harder for people to have honest conversations about safety and self-image. The recent online clashes between Africans and Americans are not really about the product itself, but about misunderstanding, pride, and the discomfort of seeing one's own community reflected in issues that have long been associated with others. Africans voice warnings because they know the dangers of Chlorowhite intimately, while Americans push back because they feel accused or misrepresented, insisting that their intentions differ or that their routines are not the same. This back and forth creates a cycle of defensive reactions, stitched videos, duets, and heated comment sections where no one actually hears each other. What gets lost in the noise is the purpose of the warning. Not to shame, not to judge, but to protect. When both sides are speaking from emotion instead of understanding, the message becomes distorted, and the chance to prevent harm slips further away. Despite the tension, Americans and Africans are not opponents in this conversation. They are participants in the same global struggle shaped by history, beauty standards, and the legacy of colorism that affects communities worldwide. Both groups have grown up under the pressure to appear a certain way, to fit into lighter-skinned ideals, and to navigate the complicated expectations of complexion within their own societies. Both have seen people alter their skin tone for acceptance, confidence, or social advantage, and both understand whether openly or quietly the emotional weight tied to these choices. Instead of framing the issue as one group versus another, it is more accurate to recognize that both sides are reacting to the same wound from different angles. And acknowledging this shared experience opens the door to empathy rather than conflict. What is happening online right now should not be viewed as a cultural battle, but as an opportunity for learning, compassion, and collective awareness. Africans are not criticizing Americans to boast or to belittle. They are speaking from familiarity with the dangers. Meanwhile, Americans are not wrong for wanting clearer or more even skin. They are responding to the same beauty pressures that shape many communities. What matters is that both groups recognize the value of listening without ego, without defensiveness, and without trying to compete over who suffers more. There is no hierarchy in pain, and no superiority in struggle. There is only the need to protect each other and understand the roots of a problem that affects people across the world.
Carowhite is not good. For the first few months is good, but then it really does mess up your skin. Stop using it. No, don't tell me the Americans have fallen into the trap of using Carowhite and carotene. Is it carotene? I'm going to be very open about my past. I've not really told anyone. I used to use that shit when I was 16, 17, 18. That was 15 years ago, 16 years ago. And guys, I loved it at first. It was amazing. My skin was glowing. I had this golden bronze look. Everything was beautiful. Chef's kiss. Mwah, I loved it. And then I started getting spots. I got spot hair. You know, like when you're coming on your period and you get that one spot hair. Got one spot hair. My skin was all nice and glowy and clear. That spot went dark real quick. Then I got another spot, another month. That spot went dark real quick. Then I got another spot dark. And I started getting spots. So now you guys are using it, trying to make the spots lighter so that they're not visible. But what you're doing is you're leaving room for spots to appear that are going to be darker. Before even that happened, my knuckles started to get dark. Like, the knuckles were not matching. My elbows started to get dark. My knees started to get dark. My lips started to get dark. I started turning a yellow, pale shade. Like I started to look sick. That's when I had to stop. I'm telling you now, if you think it's working for you right now, it probably is right now, like it was for me at the time. But it doesn't stop there. You keep using it, it gets worse. An American lady say that, oh, it's because you Africans, you're under the sun, so it's not doing the same thing. Like, it's worse for you because you're under the sun all day, African sun. No, I live in the UK, yeah? We don't have sun like that. And it did the same thing to me. And the thing is, right now you think it looks good, and it does. But after a period of time, it's going to be obvious that you're using it, because everyone knows what it looks like when someone is bleaching their skin. And that's like the cheapest skin bleaching one. Like, that's one of the cheapest ones you can get. And when you walk around and you see aunties like with their skin is just mashed up because they're using it, that comes from years and years and years of using that skin lightening cream. So please stop using it. Your skin will rash out. It will break out for a bit after you stop using it. Just like when some people get prescribed steroid cream for their acne, and then they stop using the steroid cream, and then their skin breaks out, and then it goes back to normal. That's what's going to happen when you stop using the Carowhite. You can't, just please stop using it, guys. You don't need to use bleaching cream to even out your skin tone. Stop. I'm going to show you some photos of what I used to look like before Carowhite and what I used to look like when I was using it. This was me before I started skin bleaching. This was me after, when everything was looking all good. I was all glowing. This is when it started to turn. I started to get, my skin started to look yellow now. All right. And this is when it just started getting baked. Look at my knuckles there. Wait. Look. Do you see that? My lips started getting darker. Under my eyes started looking... I know I've got makeup on, but you can tell. Let me see if I can find another picture. It's just a shade. You can just tell. It's like... I don't know, like even my elbows, you can see my elbows are a bit dark. I'm telling you now, but this isn't even the worst of it, because I didn't take a picture of when it was the worst of it. Like, why would I? One last thing I forgot to mention. When you wear white, it transfers onto your clothes. It's so weird, but I would use the cream, and then I'd take my top off, and then I'd see orange stain in my armpit. It's like you sweat it out. It's so weird, but that's one of the things. And also you have a smell, a lingering smell that it's just weird. That's why no, don't do it.